the revolution is on us, so it's up to us to either get on the bandwagon or get left behind.
Able, agile, and adaptable. Why do I say able? Because a lot of the things we are doing today, the skills that are required, are all new skills. Skills that we never learned in our textbooks. Secondly, agility. I think increasingly we need to build agility, not just in the IT space, but actually agility more of being able to move across, move within, and also move outside Singapore. And being adaptable is very important. Why do I say that? Because changes are happening very rapidly. We have lots of jobs, as I was sharing, a lot of potential with digitalization. We need big data people, analytics, digital marketing, but lo and behold, we can't find people to do the algorithms, the taxonomy, and do the R programming, UX, UI, and your Hadoop and Python, what have you. So that's where we have this structural mismatch.
We need to think harder about how finance here begins to help other C-suite executives who are in fact mired in dealing with the paradigm of current regulation to think beyond and look ahead. You sit in front of your CEO when the numbers are not being met and you have that difficult conversation on what's happening, right? So will a robot have that conversation? Don't be a digital victim, right? Take charge. Because both your organizations and your people, your functional support people, are looking for courage and inspiration from you.
Transform in the sense that we need to be restructuring some parts of our industries, and for you guys it means obviously some parts of your business, your service lines need to be restructured, need to be transformed because of the disruption. And the other key word is create. We are obviously focusing a lot more on how we can be creating new businesses, new services, solutions out of Singapore. We really want to encourage companies to be looking at how they could be less they think less about how valuable the data sets are themselves, but the fact that actually by sharing data sets, there could be a lot more data-driven innovation that can come out from that.
Frequently, I'd seen that the finance department was being marginalized to just a data delivery department, and if finance was not fighting for an expanded role itself, no one else was looking out for it. And I kept thinking about myself, how can I make the CFO function to be more sustainable, more scalable, and more shareable? Going back to this being replaced by artificial intelligence, if you think about that, is that a function that a computer can do in the near future? I somehow don't think that being that independent referee within the organization and poking those questions, that this is something where you can download some app on your iPhone and have it in your boardroom. I think this is an area where you'll be quite safe and where you'll add a lot of value.
By virtue, you are enterprise-wide in your role. Unlike marketing, you're looking at sales, procurement, you're looking at cost, and risk function, you're looking at compliance risk. You have the overall purview of the organization data. The question now is for you, take charge of the data and say, what can you do more with this?
The transformation in the finance space, and in particular with RPA, is not seen as isolation, but is part of a broader program.
We risk getting very myopic around the automation and the technology piece, and we often forget that actually the technology is the driver, but the implication is around process, the implication is around people, the implication is around capabilities, and that's really what's going to unlock this piece around value for finance in the future.
So I feel that yes, jobs will be replaced, but it depends on the skill sets that we acquire to whether we'll be able to effectively have new jobs.
So if you think about let's say a chatbot or a robot to replace a CFO in the next 10, 15, 20 years, I don't think it's plausible nor probable. The reason is if you do a bit of research, you would probably realize that we don't even understand exactly how the human brain operates. Therefore, how can you actually possibly think about creating a brain and then actually imagine that this brain will have the general intelligence that we all do, which is actually bringing data and bringing the external context to actually link the dots and actually be able to advise your CEO, your CMO, your COO to make the best decisions for your business.
So we used to say cash is king, right? But now Singapore is going cashless. Right? So all we see are the zeros and the ones that are flowing through from one account to another, right? Now, so really, if data is king today, why can't the chief data officer or chief information officer be the second man in the organization, advising the board or the CEO?
Number one is size does matter in data. That's why it calls big data. It's not small data. The bigger the data set, the more value you can mine from the data set. And very simple because there are interconnectivity you can draw inference from to make decisions for the business.
In my interactions with many of our CFO customers, what I see is that most of them continue to struggle with data, cash flow, compliance, and I'm not suggesting that they are not important activities, but I'm just saying that these are activities that you need to do just to keep the lights on. That will not change the way the company operates. It will only keep you alive.
As CFOs, you need to acquire the new skill set called data strategies. Being a data strategist in an organization is going to be the next new skill set every single finance or CFO need to acquire.
As a CFO, you have to work with other humans, and you have to understand and interpret and explain. And I think this human-to-human interaction will still be necessary to also be done by a human and cannot be replaced with a robot so soon.
Thanks to AI, robotics, we will have new tools to be more efficient and to do it better. So I'm quite optimistic in this.